Keeps on getting interrupted. Says I'm live, so hopefully we can to right. All right, so welcome. My name is ClairV. Who those of you who are new, uh, all my other people, thank you for returning. This is my first month doing zodiac readings monthly. Started with Aquarius and now on to you, Pisces. I'm going to try to go in order. So this reading is for Pisces, February 2019. I had did this reading a few times before, tried to upload the readings many times, and something will not let me do it. So let's hope it goes this time. I want to read a little text from our Heaven and Earth card, which kept on coming up in every single reading. For you, Pisces. So Heaven and Earth, human and divine, the flesh and the spirit. These polarities are often considered so different, yet one does not exist without the other. This is the truth that once integrated truly sets us free. So what if we were existing in the psyche of God, playing our roles, using free will to extent that we choose, yet operating within the greater sphere of energy? We could have the power to create revolution, evolution within this space. We would truly be co-creators with God. When we connect to the idea that we are intricately linked to everything in existence, we become larger than ourselves. We become eternal. We become one with all who have become before us and those who will follow. All things become reflections of ourselves and reflections of God simultaneously. So once we realize we exist in this state of oneness, we may begin to open up to the power and potential we hold in this space. So it seems inevitable that all things come in phases, and what has flourished must one day perish and be born again in new form. Therefore, it is likely to occur again in some stage. No amount of action can prevent the sun from setting. So all that remains is the choice we have to decide what role we play while we're here. So everything we do, think, believe affects everyone as a whole. Yet most of the time we just walk blindly through life believing that we have free will, yet choosing to act based on personal fears, limitations, family or cultural beliefs. We act on destructive beliefs of neurosis that we have developed through various influences or traumas in the past. So this is all not free will, but programming. So the true use of free will occurs when we think and act from a place that is free and at one with the divine, holding the power and the potential of all that is. It comes from understanding the true potential that exists within every moment and the understanding that everything we do and think affects what will occur in our life, what we will experience, and in turn, what will affect the whole of the experience of existence. So we have the power to affect and experience oneness with the whole. We will become conscious and awakened when we integrate the idea of heaven and earth, the flesh and spirit, human and divine, although polarities are one. So that's like the gist of this whole thing in February, Pisces, is the exact opposites, the polarities, and they can't exist without the other and being one. So we talked about programming, and that has to happen. Like this, we have to like retrain our brains, like reprogram our brains, because we need to let go of, like, there's a relationship situations, there's conflict, there's some kind of situation where we're like kind of stuck in it, like we're here, but since we're in like Aquarius season, we're thinking of like, okay, the practical reasons of why why. Like, say we're in a relationship and it's not going, but we're thinking, oh well, if we could stay together for the kids, or and with this new moon coming, it's gonna help tie up them loose ends and help clear out this negative and this these old energies, so that way we can grow and move on from this. So let's see what the Lenormand says for Pisces, February 2019. Pisces, February 2019. For all of Pisces, February 2019. All of Pisces, February 2019. All of Pisces, February 2019. All right. Alright. So yeah, friends and loyalty, important. And prayer is very important right now, Pisces. That's the center. The center is like the most important. So how we read Lenormand is, I know these are general readings. I'm going to read the Lenormand, how Lenormand should be read. And you can, there's other ways we can do this. So we have the tower, which the tower in Lenormand is not the same as the tower in tarot. So this tower is like a restaurant or a hospital, a public building. So this is maybe like a workplace. So this is choices, workplace, or like a government building, some public place. There's choices with loyalty or with a best friend, at a meeting or a party that brings gifts. Then we have the worker, the fox, which could also be a liar, a manipulator. Next to the rider, which is also a very fiery sign, a fiery card. So this is like a message from work or worker about religion or burdens over and over and over again. The gossip. So we're talking about this over and over and over again. You can also knight the tower. We can knight it a whole bunch of different ways. But the main thing here is being loyal to religion, being loyal to so I don't know, you believe in Buddha, God, Mary, Joseph, Jesus, whatever you believe in, your higher power, the divine. So meditate, and when you meditate and you pray, you open your crown chakra to divine guidance, to your to greater wisdom, greater knowledge, and that'll help you with the choices that we need to make, because we're coming from the darkness into the light. So in order to make this process that we're going through easier, we need to do a lot of clearing out. You can start with like clearing physical clutter in your house, like clearing old things, going through old stuff, getting rid of all the things that are no longer necessary now or not necessary for the future. Start with actual physical things, your house, your workplace. Then spiritually, you can cleanse with sage. Speaking of which, I'm going to light some up with sage or Palo Santo, whatever you choose to smudge with. But yeah, we definitely got to another way of we just have to set new like get new hobbies, new things. And in order to get new things, we need to get rid of the old things. Now, the moon can help us. I know with this moon, Venus in Capricorn, it's like making all of us stay where we don't need to be, but it's for like a practical reason. So in the middle of the month, we're gonna have the another super moon, and that's astrology is really gonna help us get rid or end the cycles that should have been ended a while ago. So that's gonna help us. And then later in the month, we'll get into, you know, the season of the fish, Pisces, birthday season. And then we'll go back to like deep emotions and feelings and from the heart again. I wanna pull some runes for you, Pisces. This is for Pisces, February 2019. Pisces, February 2019. All of Pisces 2019. All of Pisces 2019. All of Pisces for February 2019. All of Pisces for February 2019. All of Pisces. Definitely have a lot of movement. A lot of new beginnings, movement, new beginnings, and we have this. So this is like what you give out will come back. So we have the rider, we have the Emperor movement as an actual physical movement. That's like the horse. And then we have this, you know, it's like what you put out, you'll get back. This is also like, the driving force to acquire, providing motivation and a sense of purpose. Indicates that you set your sights on a reasonable target and can achieve your goals. An honest man who can be relied upon. So yes, this is definitely the next thing I wanted to talk about that kept on coming up too. Your divine purpose. So this, what we're going through, it might seem uncomfortable or like not in a state of like I don't know what happened or missed anything or got anything. Did it now? Let's see.